This is the most lamentable and displeasing news relating to Australian tax and Australian tax residency that I'm sharing this year. I highly recommend you watch the full video because this may well affect you in a way that you may not even fathom. And this relates to the reopening of the proposed Australian tax residency rules that were initially released in 2021 by the former Liberal government. Today, I will discuss the latest updates on these proposed tax residency rules and what you need to do to ensure that you aren't missing out on ceasing Australian tax residency. If this is your first time here, hello and thank you for watching. My name is Mark Mansour and I'm the founder and managing director of Worldwide Advisory. We help you reduce your worldwide tax exposure, specializing in ceasing Australian tax residency. And this is why this topic hits home so hard. As some of you may or may not know, in 2021, the former Australian Liberal government came out with a proposal to revolutionize the Australian tax residency rules relating to individuals. And this was based on the 2019 report by the Australian Board of Taxation relating to a model of modernisation for the individual tax residency rules. I will link the initial 2019 Board of Taxation report below. Since we have not heard anything from 2021, and simultaneously the ATO came out with their understanding or their interpretation of the current tax rules recently in tax ruling 2023-1, a lot of people in this industry, me included, thought that these proposed tax residency rules, this model of modernization, would have been put to bed. This is not the case. If anything, it's alive and something is going to be put out in relation to it sooner rather than later. Personally, I hope that these rules will be put to bed, but with Australian tax, things are never as rosy. At this stage, the framework of modernising the individual tax residency rules have not yet received any government approval or has been made into law. What is happening at this stage is the Australian Treasury has come out asking for a consultation from the public in relation to these proposed tax residency rules based again on the 2019 report from the Board of Taxation. The consultation process, as you can see from this extract, notes that it is here to help inform the government's decision on whether or not to proceed with this measure. As part of this process, they've released a consultation paper that I've linked below. Part of this consultation paper breaks down the main factors in the Board of Taxation's report and what the aims and objectives are of Treasury. There's a couple of alarming aspects here that I'll discuss. But for me, the biggest issues with these proposed tax residency rules are these two main points. Number one is relating to incoming Australians becoming a tax resident if they're in Australia for more than 45 days and meet a number of factors. The other is an adhesive residency rule, meaning that you need to be outside of Australia for more than 45 days for 3 years, and then you'll be able to cease your Australian tax residency. Completely different to what it is right now. In this report, as you can see here, one of the biggest things that alarm me is the adhesive residency. And it notes specifically here that it should be harder to cease being an Australian tax resident than it is to become one. And that is already the case, mind you. I highly recommend taking a thorough read of this paper, which is again linked below. What can be done? Now, if you're an Australian tax resident and you're considering ceasing your Australian tax residency, moving overseas permanently, then I highly recommend take action now. The consultation process from Treasury ends in September 2023, which means that the Australian government can potentially pass these laws to occur from the 1st of July 2024. That doesn't give us much time, less than 12 months to be fact. If you want to learn more, please comment below or reach out to us directly, because this is big news and it can affect you directly and potentially affect you significantly. And if you want to contribute to our response to Treasury, please reach out with any comments. If you want to learn how to cease your Australian tax residency and pay no tax in Australia whatsoever, 100% legally, I highly recommend you watch this video here. In this video, I discuss ceasing Australian tax residency and managing Australian sourced income. Do not hesitate to ever reach out, and please, please take action on this, because this is not going away anytime soon. Thank you and have a nice day.